Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Things just ain't the same for gangsters. Someone tell Toe Cutter. How are you, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you're well, because this is episode 15. That's right. You know what this is. UK Post 31. The film review. I'm your host. Of all this, I'm your host, Mr. Dumb Nostalgia. Getting used to that now, aren't you? Today's film is Jackie Brown, released on Christmas Day, 1997. Directed and screenplay written by Quentin Tarantino, starring Pam Grier, Samuel Jackson, Robert Forster, Bridget Nielsen, Michael Keaton, and Robert De Niro. Cinematography, Guillermo Navarro. Distributed by Miramax Films. Box office of $74.7 million from a $12 million budget. Some big bucks made here, folks. The concept, the plot, is Jackie Brown, flight attendant, caught muling money from Mexico for a West Coast arms dealer. ATF agents soon apprehend her and search and know exactly what they're looking for. Eventually they find narcotics amongst the undeclared cash. Jackie now faces serious charges. Shortly after her bail is paid and a warning from a bail bondsman, Max Cherry, relating to the previous bail released by the same individual who turned up dead only a long before. Now stuck between a rock and a hard place, Jackie Brown plots to play both sides and search for a clean exit from the ATF and Odell Robbie, or Roby, depending on your pronunciation. The film paying homage to blaxploitation movies from the 1970s, especially those featuring Pam Grier, like Foxy Brown, so forth. In those regards, Elmore Leonard, writing the novel Rum Punch, later selling the film rights to Tarantino and Roger Avery, along with Freaky Deaky and Killshot. Both passion projects, and they were well thought out material and what Tarantino had intended for the project. The opening scene, resembling the 1967 film The Graduate, with Dustin Hoffman walking through the airport. Obviously the theme tune is different. The sentiment is there. So automatically it's not just blaxploitation, it's other forms of movies. Changes to the ethnicity and the name to the lead character. Both Leonard and Tarantino liked the screenplay a lot, especially Elmore, and Tarantino expressed this as not being a blaxploitation movie in any way, shape or form. This was purely a passion project that been in mind for a long time. Pam Grier was the woman he wanted to feature in this. Features were big in this, come from Chris Tucker, Tommy Tiny Lister, Danny DeVito, Quentin Tarantino, and Dick Clark throughout. This internal classic. It really was. You got to listen or find out these little moments. In obvious hindsight, the new character being created even by name, to being portrayed by Pam Grier, Tarantino being a huge fan, and like I said, just off the back of the last segment, this was a tribute to Pam Grier for the work on the big screen and all the struggles and everything that come with it. This was the gold tops of respect. You know what I mean? This is the platinum. This is the seal of approval to say you are a queen, and that's true. Paul Newman, Gene Hackman, and John Saxon were thought for the part of Max Cherry, but Robert Forster was the right man, and I do like Robert Forster as an actor. R.I.P. Cider, he's gone. truly am. But I'm glad Tarantino chose this man. I think he chose this man off the back. He had featured in a detective TV show with the, I think it says the 80s. I need to find out the name of that. And he was a fan, and obviously I think that's what won him the role. Even though you had Newman, Hackman, and Saxon. And Saxon was known for he'd done a horror and featuring Enter the Dragon, and Gene Hackman is French Connection and Enemy of the State, so forth. And then you've got Newman, Colour, and Money, so the choices were some big actors there. There was no disappointment. Whoever was getting it was big. That is that. The Delphonics getting plenty of airplay, especially Didn't I Blow Your Mind? Didn't I Blow Your Mind? I hope I did. Backed along with Bill Withers, The Grassroots, Johnny Cash, Bloodstone, one of my favourites, Foxy Brown, more modern day at the time, and of course the main theme of this was 110th Street, Bobby Womack. But me, I'm big on Al Green. I love Al Green. The man is a legend. Come on, we all know he's a legend. Brownstone, I do actually Bloodstone. I do love Bloodstone. The idea because of this film, Natural High. Ding, ding. I saw my heart and soul. Unbelievable. I don't worry my singing voice, folks. I'm not a singer. Maybe another time for you after a few drinks. But this is amazing. And I'm a fan of the Delphonics. There's brilliant tunage, folks. That's right, tunage. Butch's car, or his girlfriend in Pulp Fiction, could be seen in this film. Part of the Tarantino cinematic universe. You know, like these does with Marvel, but Tarantino has been doing this since the late 90s, early 90s, sorry. Give him second match on that one. And there is connections there, you know, too. But it's all connected. And then if you do a film study to the characters, the references, the connection, and the mild hints online, they are like that. I've watched a few videos regarding the connections in the scenarios. It's quite interesting. I'll try to bring some of the names up, but I'll have to look for the online history, but interesting stuff, folks. On the film, soundtrack was one track that was also shared by Guy Ritchie for Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. Went to cinema on both occasions to watch these films on the big screen, and none, and I mean none, disappointed me. That's true words. True words. Provocative notion number 1. Even though Jackie was cleared of any charges, did Ray or the ATF keep looking for that missing $500,000? If so, would have Ray dug any deeper and maybe had some suspicion that Brain had took the money? Curious thoughts for any Jackie Brain aficionados out there. I'm still trying to find out what happened, but whenever you try to find something and they talk to the actors, they never quite clarify 100%, or maybe that's just the director not wanting the information or not created the aftermath. I would like to know what happened there. Did Max Cherry chase after Jackie and eventually go to Barcelona? Because I mean, did he leave the company to Winston? Maybe the pair eventually got together and had some form of relationship. There was chemistry between the two that was not paid off between Cherry and Brian. And it'd been interesting. We'll just see who's there. I think even in real life, I think outside of it, I think there was like a slight attraction to each other. Can't help it. We pick up on these things, called by language, folks. We live in the real world. These are the things that got my notion on this one. Did they get together? He had many, she had many. They got their shit together. They were suited. Why not? Why not? Hey, let's push for that. Forster again winning the Best Supporting Actor at the Academy Awards, and Samuel Jackson and Pam Grier picking up nominations at the Golden Globe Awards. So this film, not only did it do well, it made its mark in Hollywood in many ways, different genres. Greer, right? She actually read for a part in Pulp Fiction, but Tarantino didn't want to disrespect her by not giving her the ideal role at the time. Wound it forward a few years, Roll Campbell got Jackie Brown, but I think she was auditioning for Lance's girlfriend, the one who sells the H2 Vince. And obviously, I don't think that Tarantino wanted her to be cussed out like that. You'd end up getting the, was it the Arquette assistant in the end? Either way, it was still, I don't think she could be set right for the part, and just all of 2 minutes, 5 minutes max, no. The Luis Garcia role was supposedly turned down by, hey Adrian, Stallone himself, Mr. Rocky. But I don't know what the truth is on that, whether Stallone turned down the part of his own accord, or maybe he was talking out his ass. I don't know the truth on that. I honestly don't. I like Stallone. I like De Niro. I think they both done the part. I think they both could have done the part. De Niro done it better. De Niro nailing the role, different from his usual characters. You know, the more cool-minded or the gangster mentality. But still need to see Sly in a Tarantino movie. Someone complex on screen, you know what I mean? Someone he could play. Someone who could take him away from his comfort zone. See what this man's about. And his acting chops are put to the test by playing a character he has no connection with, or not connection, interests with. I'd like to see that. Stretch an actor's ability. That's where I see. Jackie Brown and the film Out of Sight, both featuring appearances by Lennon's ATF agent, Ray Nicolette, played by Michael Keaton, but it was for an uncredited role in Out of Sight with Jennifer Lopez and George Clooney. I think I only watched that film a few times, and Ving Rhames is in there as well. Like the FBI agent, something like that, and crook. Good story. Jackie Brown's better, come on. Sorry folks, gotta be honest. Scores on this were about as high as Snoop Dogg and Dre during back in the day on reviews and critics. Rotten Tomatoes scoring this at 87%. Others grading this at B, falling in favour of majority of the reviews. A fair score for a production with a highly talented cast and crew, and a solid story. It's only right. It's only right that you give this a really good score. Spoiler alert. Forster lost it on the roll for Joe, the crime boss in Reservoir Dogs. Well, I should have had my fucking head into it. To Tierney Lawrence, who was Silver Bullet, the Mr. Peacekeeper. But Lawrence nailed it. But at the same time, Rob was not forgotten. I felt he was underused, severely underused in David Ayer's DC's The Suicide Squad. Absolutely underused. Give him a midgy part. And I didn't like his character as in Olympus Has Fallen trilogy films. I thought you would demean it, his talents. He can act. Now, I'm not saying he needed to be the lead. He didn't even need to be the second lead actor. But you could at least give him something that made him feel more important to the film. Not for not, it's just a standard action film. I mean, It's never going to change the landscape, you know. It's not like Face Off or John Wick, you know. But still, could have done better with a man. You've got Robert Forster on your books, working for you, and you can't give him something bigger than that. R.I.P. Shame on you. Shame on you people for doing that to him. Criticism for racial slurs, mainly from Spike Lee, mainly in Jackie Brain and other Tarantino projects. But Tarantino has spoken on this with journalists and radio personalities like Sway in the morning. I watched the interview on that a few times, just so I could be clear myself, you know. Mentioning he had often spoken to his friend Sidney Poitier regarding scripts and the use of certain words and phrases, racial terms. Like someone's co-signing in some way, in some formality. You know, if you don't agree with it, some people don't agree with it. And we and I don't tolerate it, don't condone it for such words or behaviour. But when Samuel Jackson says it, there's a layer of coolness only this man can get away with. And I'm not putting a badge on it to say only this man can say it and everyone else is in the wrong. But I don't know, Samuel Jackson just has a coolness. So maybe I'll give him a pass. But like I said, we don't condone that sort of stuff. The film itself, if it falls in line with the film, it does at times. Sometimes it was slightly unnecessary, but it was there. Just got to live with it. The film did the way it goes. This is slick, sharp, cool, silver-tongued dialogue of a motion picture tribute to Pam Grier. The cast is second to none, from lead right down to the cameo, even the audio. We could go through each scene, being on point and dig out the best scenes, but that would be the whole film's runtime from start to finish, to be honest with you. Excellent, and as always a standout as Odell, Ruby, or Robbie, depending on again pronunciation. Samuel Jackson owns every scene. It's just gold, with a sharp form of performance from a well-rendered actor, right down to the choice of music in the character, clothes on his back, the lifestyle that he graced himself with. One of the film's best and thought-out characters on screen, bringing a flair and charm only Jackson is known to bring. I mean, look at his persona in the Marvel as Nick Fury. If someone else played Nick Fury, a talented actor could still bring something, couldn't bring what Jackson brings. Great interactions and chemistry between the characters, creating humorous moments, along with cool talk and swagger, like Jagger. Like I said, the ultimate band. The ultimate band. If Hollywood was making a band, the ultimate band. Tarantino on the screenplay, Carpenter directing and the music, with Rick Baker on special effects, and Rodriguez on everything. It is great talent and each individual brilliance for a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. I've spoken on this before. Tarantino and Carpenter collaborating needs to happen. Get Guillermo del Toro on there as well. Maybe Sam Raimi, you need to do that. Tarantino delivers on so many volumes with Jackie Brain. If any film student was looking to create a classic, really create a classic, look no further than Jackie Brain. When you absolutely positively want a Tarantino classic, accept no substitutes. Jackie Brain. I'm going to rate this film 4.5 out of 5. Johnny 5, my friend. That's right. So. I just want to briefly tell you about my new show that we're in the middle of the post-production right now. UK 8 post 31 locations, which will be, hopefully we're looking to air within the next before the end of this month, and we're looking to get the phase 2 of our platform operational. It's in the Death Star now, and it's not Palpatine. So, but that's some of the things that we've got lined up. So we will have an advertisement for that on the online. So stay posted, my friends. And now I want to get into my last segment of the day. What have you been watching? Well, let me tell you what I've been watching. We have been revisiting Back to the Future. This week we have sat through Back to the Future 1, 2 and 3. We've watched documentary 2 regarding the behind the scenes Back to the Future 2. That was a brilliant one, that is. And all this is in regards to August 12th, 13th in ICC Newport. It's Newport Comic Con. And of course they're going to have quite a few of the Back to the Future cast there. And of course your man's going to be there as well, personally, Mr. Dan Nostalgia. And I'm going to see if I could get an opportunity to quiz some of these stars. Of course, I can't remember the actor's name, but the teacher from Back to the Future, Mr. Slacker. I can't remember his name there. Been watching Back to the Future all this week, and I just can't remember his name. Just been so busy, and obviously with writing this up too. So, and of course, we did have a Jackie Brain night on Monday, taking notes, and we all the Chinese. So, went down very well. So, I want to say thank you for listening. I want to say thank you for getting in tuned and getting in touch with UK Post 31 and myself, Dan Nostalgia. I want to say thank you for the views. Please let the views continue. Thank you. Thank you very much for the subscriptions. The subscriptions you've been giving me. Not the pharmaceuticals, no. Just for subscribing, but thank you very much. And this has been great. And I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope you're all well. Bless you for the rest of your week. And please, like, follow, and subscribe. Please. This is UK Post 31, episode 15. And I've been your host, Mr. Dan Nostalgia. And this is UK Post 31.